Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing Jaclyn Hill's new tag, the Ride or Die tag, where we're just supposed to talk about our very favorite makeup items, the ones that we cannot live without and the ones that we have repurchased or will repurchase once we run out. So let's just get started. So I guess it just makes sense to start with foundation, and I actually don't have a full size of my Ride or Die foundation right now, but I do have a little sample to show you, and that is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. This I think just came out earlier this year, and I've just absolutely fallen in love with this foundation. I don't think I've ever used a foundation that gives me such a flawless finish, and it just lasts all day. It does not break up on my skin. I don't know how to describe it. It's just absolute perfection in my opinion. And I like the applicator. I think it works pretty well. However, I don't like the price for especially how little product you get in these little cushion foundations. It does dry out rather quickly, which sucks, but the finish cannot be beat for me on this foundation, so that is why this is my Ride or Die. I have been using the regular L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, just the one in the pump, and I do like that one. I'm not wearing it today, but I do really like that foundation. It's not quite as nice as this one. It doesn't have that amazing finish that this one does, but it is pretty nice, and it's a nice alternative because that one will last a lot longer and that one is just cheaper in general. But this one, oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I'm not going to repurchase right now because I just have so many other foundations to use, but once I whittle that collection down a little bit, you better believe that I will be repurchasing because I just can't get enough of this foundation. It's so great. My next Ride or Die category has to be concealer, and I went back and forth on a couple. I'm really loving the Born This Way concealer right now that I've been using, but I just got to give it to this one. This is the Benefit Erase Paste, and I have the color 2 medium, and I'm almost done with this. As you can see, this is in my Finish 17 by 2017 project, I think, and I just can't get enough. It just erases absolutely everything under my eyes. That's the only place that I use it. This peachy tone, even though it is considered like the medium shade, is perfect for me, I think, to conceal all of these dark blue circles that I have going on under my eyes. It just makes me look so much more awake. It wears really well. It plays really nicely under every single foundation that I've used this with. I just can't get enough of it, and when I'm done with it, which should be fairly soon, I definitely will repurchase it. Moving right along now to my Ride or Die bronzer, and I think this one might come as a surprise because I don't know that I really have ever mentioned this on my channel, but it is also a Benefit product, and it is their Hoola bronzer, and I have to be honest, I've never had a full size of this product. This is just a little sample, and I really haven't even had this long or used this that much, but I really love this bronzer. I have been using it sparingly because I do really love it, and I've got a couple others that I'm trying to get through at the moment. But I just think this bronzer is a beautiful color, very perfect for fair skin like I have, and it's just so blendable, which I really like as well. And it kind of could double as a contour powder. It's kind of that in-between kind of shade, I think. I don't know, I just think it's a perfect shade. It's so blendable, and it's just really nice. So when I'm done with this one, I don't know that I would immediately go out and purchase another full size of this product because I just have so many bronzers and I kind of want to condense my collection right now. But like I said, I am using this one sparingly because of that. But it's just such a great bronzer. I really love it. All right, now moving on to my Ride or Die blush, and it's kind of crazy that I even have a Ride or Die blush because for the longest time, and I've mentioned this a few times on my channel, I didn't even wear blush, and not just for a couple of years or anything, for like 12 years. I literally did not wear blush for 12 years. But I actually do have a Ride or Die blush, which I discovered probably within the last year, and that is the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush. This color, you guys, is just so stunning. I do have it on my cheeks today, and this is, you know, just from the drugstore, so it's very inexpensive, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I have whittled it down quite a bit over the last year that I've had this, and oh my gosh, when I run out or when this falls off of the pan and it breaks, I definitely would repurchase this one. So there is a swatch of it so you can see it. I'm sure most of you know what this color looks like. It's a pretty classic blush here in the YouTube beauty community, and rightfully so, I think, because it's just absolute perfection in my opinion. Rounding out cheek products with my Ride or Die highlighter, of course I have to copy Jaclyn and go with Becca's Champagne Pop. She did, of course, create this color with them, and it's absolute perfection in my opinion as far as highlighters go. I am wearing it today. I have been wearing it pretty consistently over the summer, and I'm sure you guys all have seen swatches of this, but just in case, oh, I got a big chunk there. That is what it looks like. I just think it looks so nice on my skin tone. This was made to look so nice on so many different skin tones, and for me, it just works so well, even though I am very fair, and I know Jaclyn is a little bit darker, and I have seen it look so nice on people with even darker skin than her. I don't know. I just love it. It is a really expensive product, but I think it's worth it. It's so pretty. The formula is really nice. It lasts a really long time on my skin. It's gonna be a long time until I'm completely done with this because I've had this for over a year and have been using it relatively consistency. For the first 6 months of this year, I didn't use it because I was working on a different one, but it's going to take me a very long time to get all the way through this product. So by that time, once I'm finished with this one, I'm sure there will be an even better highlighter on the market. That's just kind of how the makeup industry seems to work these days. But if I were to run out of this right now, I probably would repurchase because I just love it so much. All right, now moving on to eye products, I do feel like I have a Ride or Die eyeliner and a Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. I couldn't really think of anything for mascara, and I know a lot of people really have those Ride or Die mascaras, and I don't know, I don't. Just whatever mascara I'm pretty cool with using. For the most part, I do have some exceptions, but I don't really have one mascara that I always seem to go back to that I just love more than any other mascara. Not one that comes to mind right away anyways. Maybe if I thought about it a little bit more, I could figure one out, but so I'm going to omit that category. And like I said, I do have an eyeliner and an eyeshadow palette. So I will first start with the eyeliner. This has been my Ride or Die eyeliner since the day I started wearing eyeliner. I've talked about this one before on my channel. It was the very first eyeliner I ever purchased when I was 16 years old, and it kind of changed my life because I really don't like how I look without eyeliner on. I just feel my eyes like look incomplete, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think eyeliner transforms my face so much. So the day that I discovered eyeliner and started using it, like a whole new world opened up basically. And I know that's so dramatic, but it's really true for me. So anyways, this is the Ulta eyeliner, and this is the automatic eyeliner version. When I was 16, they had a sharpener version. Sorry, that sounded weird. They had a sharpener version, so it was just like a wooden pencil that you would sharpen. I don't believe they make that anymore, but this is the same color, and this is the color Moss. I am wearing it today, and it's just this really nice like dark green shade, and I just think it's so wearable, especially if you're younger. It's not super stark and dramatic like a black eyeliner, which of course I do love, but this one I just can't get away from it. Far and away, this is absolutely my most repurchased makeup item of all time because I've been wearing it for so long, and I'm including the automatic one and the ones that you used to be able to sharpen, just all together. But yeah, I absolutely love this eyeliner. I will always have it in my collection. I honestly probably think maybe 1 month in my entire life has gone by where I have not had this in my collection because I just love it so much and I just feel incomplete without it. So as long as I continue to make this, I will always have it in my collection. Now, as far as my Ride or Die eyeshadow palette goes, which was kind of a tricky decision, and it didn't need to be. I should have just known right off the bat what it was going to be, which of course is the Naked 3. This is the oldest eyeshadow palette that I own, and I just got this a couple of years ago. So I've not been into eyeshadow palettes for very long, but I absolutely love them, and I have a nice little collection going now. But I love this one. I think mainly because it is my oldest. It was my first, but I really do love each and every shade that's in here. Well, maybe with the exception of one. And this one is kind of torn apart right now because I do have a few in my Z palette because I am working on this slowly but surely in a pan that palette. Eventually I would like to completely pan this, but I'm not going to work on this like exclusively entirely. I think just a couple of shades at a time is kind of how I think I want to do it. But when this particular eyeshadow is complete and you have all the shades in here, I absolutely love it. You can get so many different looks out of this. I think the array of shades is just perfect. You've got so many light shades, so many mid-tone lid shades, a couple of dark shades to go in the outer crease, and then use as a liner. It's just perfect, I think, and I do really like the tones of all the eyeshadows. I am wearing it on my eyes today. So yeah, I think this definitely has to be my Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. But once I completely pan this eyeshadow palette, I honestly don't think I would repurchase just because I do have so many other awesome palettes, and I probably will just be sick of this by the time I get through each and every one of these shades. But for now, this definitely would be my Ride or Die. But I'm so thankful to have this eyeshadow palette, not only because it's beautiful, but it really just kind of reignited my love of makeup. So yeah, this definitely would be the Ride or Die for me. All right, now moving on to lip products, and I thought about this in a couple of different ways, and basically I just have one Ride or Die lipstick, and that is what I'm wearing on my lips today, and that is just from Maybelline. This is their Creamy Matte formula, which is my Ride or Die formula in general. I think this formula just can't be beat. It is just from the drugstore at Maybelline. but it's awesome. It's so long wearing, it's so comfortable, yet it's matte. And this particular shade I just love. It is my favorite red, I think, out of my entire collection. This is Rich Ruby from the Creamy Matte formula from Maybelline. Do a little swatch here for you, and it's just so pretty. I have so many different red lipsticks, and I always come back to this one. It's just perfection in my opinion. So in general, if I just had a ride or die formula, it would be this formula. And if I could only pick one shade, it would have to be this Rich Ruby, but I love so many different shades from this collection. What are they? Touch of Spice is really great. What's that other, like, more pinky one? Oh gosh, what is the name of that one? Oh gosh, I can't remember, but it's so pretty. It's not Blushing Pout, which is another one, but I don't think it's that one. Anyways, this is an amazing formula. I will always love it, and hopefully they will always make this formula because it is my ride or die. Then in Jaclyn's original video, she also talked about her ride or die perfume, and tonight I've been going back and forth between like 3 or 4 different ones that I would consider my ride or die, and I'm just having a really hard time picking one. If I could choose any perfume ever that's ever been available, even if it's not currently available, it would probably be Christian Dior's Dior Addict Shine. I found that one, I think, back in like 2008, and I purchased 3 or 4 bottles of that, I think. I just absolutely love that one. Unfortunately, it hasn't been available for quite a few years, and I don't have a bottle of it anymore. But I do have Dior Addict 2, which I do like, but it's not quite as nice, but that one is a good substitute, I guess, for that one. And I also really love the DKNY Be Delicious. That one has a lot of good memories for me as well. And then I also really love Chloe, but I honestly have never had a full size of Chloe. I've only ever had like the little samples, and I just love that perfume so much. I definitely think I need to just bite the bullet and purchase one of those because it just smells so amazing. But alright, those are all my ride or die products. I know some of my categories are a little bit different than Jaclyn's, but she said in the video herself that that's totally cool. You know, she had a ride or die mascara. I definitely don't, and I think she had a ride or die face powder. I'm a little bit on face powders. You know, whatever I have on hand is usually just fine for me to use. But yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun if you guys would do this video too. If you do YouTube, I think it's just cool to hear what people's favorite products are, and you know, maybe you have something that I absolutely hate, and I'm sure some of my products some people absolutely hate, and that's totally cool. You know, makeup is a very personal thing. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. We can also connect on Instagram. I will of course have my link listed below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!